Thank you, Shilian and Slay and Regina. We're getting this started from the city of Dandong. My hotel is in downtown. I told you guys I have a little bit of facial hair because there was no shaving gear at the, thank you, Night Wolf. There was no shaving gear at the, what's it called? At the massage place. Thank you, Emily. Thank you, Emily. All things Big Al. The Heartme's help us move up the rankings, y'all. So today I've actually bought a ticket. We're gonna try to go on the boat tour. Whether the internet signal is going to work is going to be highly unknown. We'll see if the internet works when we get on the boat. Because I have a sneaking suspicion. Thank you, A. Jimenez. I actually have a suspicion that, this is just a suspicion, that the internet may not reach all the way across the river. Thank you, Mary B. It's just a suspicion that perhaps the North Korean people are not supposed to receive the internet signal from like the towers here. I don't know. We'll see when we get on the boat. Thank you, Dave and Mary B. We'll see when we get on the boat. It'll be very interesting. Thank you, Carisha Love and Mary B. Thank you guys, Peony. Great to see everybody. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, good morning, good evening, everybody. Thank you, Mary B. and all things. Good evening. We just got started 2 minutes ago. Time to get the show started. We are in the city of Dandong. Some of you saw it last night. Now during the day it's gonna be different. Everything should be open. So we're gonna go to quite a few places. Thank you, Mary B. and Daily Day. Hello, everybody. Hello, everybody. Follow the channel and share this live stream. Thank you, Terry and all things. Great to see everybody. Seriously, great to see everyone. I know I'm seeing a lot of the same folks from my stream last night, but to the new folks who are here, good evening. Thank you, Innkeeper and Mary B. So many new familiar faces. So many new faces that have become familiar faces, I guess is what I'm trying to say. You know, very, very good. Yes, Karina, thank you. I love that you love it. Thank you, Jerry. Let's go ahead and keep it moving. Thank you, Cash Money, Petunia. Thank you, everybody. Great to see everybody. All right. For the folks who are watching this for the very first time, we arrived watching this city for the very first time. We arrived in the city of Dandong last night around 7 o'clock. The original plan was to stay in Shenyang at a bathhouse. But we figured, you know what? We had some free time after the live stream ended. You said, you know what? We might as well hop on the train. I've already checked out of my room. We might as well grab my luggage and hop on the train and just go head to Dandong. Thank you, Burrito Lady and Terry. So that's what we did. We took an hour-and-a-half bullet train, what's it called, high-speed train, and we are here in the city of Dandong. We arrived last night. We had dinner. We started streaming. Today, this morning, we're gonna explore this border city with North Korea. We're gonna go to the border, the Yalu River. We're gonna go on the bridge and go as far as we physically can. Thank you, Mary B. And then we're gonna go on a boat. We're gonna go on a boat that's gonna take us on a tour of the Yalu River. And hopefully we'll get a little bit closer view of North Korea than we were able to see last night when it was very dark. We only saw a couple buildings that were lit up. So hopefully we can see what North Korea looks like across the border in the daylight. Thank you, Sandals. The first thing I actually wanted to do, the starting point of our stream, is actually a North Korean grocery store. Like a store that specializes in North Korean products. That's the first place we're headed to. It should be ahead of me. Yeah, it should be. Thank you, Shilian. Thank you, Mary B. It should be ahead of me. Yeah, 2 blocks. Thank you, All Things and Mary B. Thank you very much. There's no lights, so you just cross. Thank you, Mary B. Thank you, JK, for sharing. Good evening, everybody. Thank you, Innkeeper George. Please follow the channel and share this live stream. Thank you, Pepper. I tell y'all, this town feels a little bit different. Thank you, Gospel and Jerry. This town feels a little bit different, I must say. I have some theories as to why, but this town feels a little bit different than a lot of towns I've been to in China of a similar size. 2.5 million people live out here, but this place feels a little bit different, everybody. So let's see if we can go in. Let's see if we can go in what's it called? To the let's see if we can go in. I just got a funny text message. Let's see if we can go into the grocery store without losing our signal. Okay? Now, key thing for everybody who's watching, I said this last night, I'm gonna say it again. I'm thinking about going to South Korea directly from this part of China. We're so close to North Korea, which means South Korea is very close as well. I'm thinking about going to South Korea and do some streaming from South Korea. Maybe in the next couple of weeks, as we're here in northern China. We're thinking about taking a boat to Incheon, and then, what up, David Colin? So we're thinking about it. I need to figure out what the logistics are, you know, because I don't speak any Korean. You know, I need to get all that stuff figured out, get the hotels and everything figured out. So we're thinking about it. Not 100% guaranteed, but we're thinking about it. So please follow the channel and share this live stream, y'all. Thank you, Jay and MN Duchess. Thank you, JK, for sharing. Let's keep it moving. There's a lot more life. I tell you what, a lot more life during the daytime. Thank you, Jay. Let's keep it moving. Thank you, A. Jimenez. I'll tell you what, man. I noticed this last night. I'm gonna say this again. This place feels like a major U.S. city, like a U.S. city, like a Chicago, a New York City. The residential neighborhoods of a large U.S. city is where I'm getting the vibes. Thank you, Innkeeper George. Thank you, Shelby, Anya, Innkeeper George. Thank you for sending those subscriptions. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you, Anya and Shelby. But yeah, like this place gives me the vibes of like somewhere in Chicago, somewhere in New York City, you know, a neighborhood in Chicago, a neighborhood in New York City. Now, because we are on the border with Korea, you can see there's actually a lot of restaurants over here that are Korean based. Please follow the channel. Thank you, Innkeeper George, for sending those subscriptions. I appreciate you. What up, Tim? So let's keep moving. See, this one right here says Pyongyang noodles. That's what it says right here. Pyongyang noodles. Thank you, Pura Vida. Thank you, Lavish and Tar Heel Babe. Pyongyang noodles. Korean barbecue. Again. Thank you, Linda, Alex. Good evening, everybody. All right. For everybody who's wondering what's going on, thank you, Linda and Mr. E. If you saw a little bit of the live stream this morning, your morning time on Saturday morning, you will know that we are in the city of Dandong, the closest Chinese city to North Korea. We bought our ticket to go on the bridge that leads to North Korea. Thank you, Calvin. We can only obviously go so far. And then we're gonna take a little boat ride here that'll hopefully keep our cell signal going and we could keep streaming. So all that is yet to be determined. But before we go, I wanted to walk around in this neighborhood during the day. Show y'all what this town looks like during the day. See, look, everything here, so many Korean stores. Beautiful. Thank you, Shelby. Thank you very much. Thank you, Shilian. Absolutely beautiful. Something's triggering my allergies. Hold up. Thank you, Plant Groove. And thank you so much for the first one. Who was that? Man, thank you, Alex, for the first one. I'm telling you, thank you, guys. Thank y'all. Thank you, Alex. This gives me a lot of New York City, a lot of Chicago neighborhood vibes. I'm telling y'all. All right. Go straight and then make a left. Make a left here. Come over here real quick. Hello, Annual. Hello. Thank you, Millie. Yeah, I'll tell you guys this, man. The more I stream, the more I realize sometimes at nighttime when I stream, thank you, Jen Jimenez. I'm just gonna call you AJ from now on. So the more I stream, the more I realize, man, like at nighttime when I'm streaming and I'm walking down the streets, is sometimes when I get a lot more emotional. You know what I'm saying? Like during the day, everything feels more tactical, but at nighttime, when I'm walking down the street, there isn't a lot of people. That's when I feel like I get a lot more sentimental. I get a lot more, you know what I'm saying? A lot of weird thoughts come out of my mind. You know, does that make sense? Thank you, Michael and Sweet Tooth. See, look, everything is in Korean. I see this, everything is in Korean. I don't understand any of this. Thank you, Burr. Thank you, Emin, Duchess. Now, for everyone who's watching, there's one thing you have to understand. This one right here, this place right here is the largest single concentration of Manchu Chinese ethnicity here in China. This is it. So this place right here, this city right here has the largest single concentration of any Chinese city that has Manchu population. So Manchu is one of the 56 ethnic groups of China. They are the rulers of the Qing dynasty, descendants of the rulers of the Qing dynasty. This city, but they are a very small minority here in China today. And yet this city is almost a third population. What up, Leah Morgan? A third population Manchu Chinese. Thank you, Charles and Emily Wood. I would not be able to stream in North Korea, brother. I'm in China. I'm trying to see what they have over here. Let's come in here real quick and see what the store has. See if we got anything from North Korea. 哎，老板你好，这有没有任何朝鲜进口来的东西？没有。它是不允许进口进来吗？还是？
现在没有渠道进口。
没，它不出口吗？
出口有往那边出口东西，但是都是一些生活物资。
生活物质。在哪里能买到？
你说朝鲜到这边的呗？
对，朝鲜。它为什么没有啊？
它过不来，它那边也没什么东西。
没什么东西。
对，
过不来。这个城市里面都买不到朝鲜的东西啊。Huh. Oh. Okay, y'all gotta Google this for me, man. Hold up. Let me come outside real quick and talk to y'all for a second. Thank you, Cecilia. Thank you, Pepper. Y'all gonna have to Google this because from what I understand, thank you, Pepper and Cecilia, over 80%, over 70% of the trade between North Korea and China is facilitated through this town right here. But according to this gentleman right behind me, at the store owner, he was saying something like, the North Koreans don't really export anything. There's really nothing that they sell to the outside world, which I find hard to believe. But then again, it kind of makes sense a little bit. Thank you, Amuj, because it seems like the city itself, the country itself, needs all it can get before it can send their stuff elsewhere. So I'm on a mission to try to find some products from North Korea, as I was saying last night, like some toothbrushes, some toothpaste, some soap, just some everyday things from North Korea. I would love to see what they're using in North Korea. You know, thank you, Artwork. So let me, no cursing today. Your daughter's watching. So I'll tell you guys what. Thank you, Rich Amada. I'll tell you guys what. Thank you, Fly. Let's go to the border. Let's get on the bridge. And let's see if there are any hawkers over there. Thank you, Xiaobendan. Will sell anything that's from North Korea. Thank you, JT. So I'm actually very serious about this. I would like to buy some things from North Korea. Thank you, Dan and Annual, because I've never bought anything in my life from that country. You know what I'm saying? I would like to see what the people over there are using. I would love to get my hands on some North Korean products. You know, thank you, Oklahoma, and all things. So let's walk down the street for a little bit and then head towards the coast. Let's go to the Yalu River and see if we can't find anything from North Korea. Thank you, Shelby. I was under the impression that this place would be overflowing with North Korean products, which begs the question. Thank you, A. Jimenez, and Love No Hate, which begs the question. If North Korea and China are trading, What are the North Koreans giving in return to the Chinese? Thank you, True King. I'm serious. I would love to know the answers in the comments. Thank you, Brian. Thank you, True King. If there is trade between the two countries, there's got to be two directions, right? How are they paying for the products from China? It's not like they're paying in US dollars. They don't have any US dollars. They're under sanction. So how are they paying for the products that are from China? You know, thank you, Sandals. I'm actually very curious about that. Or is it all economic assistance? What up? Thank you, Roaming Cowgirl. Thank you, Brian. Thank you, Vanessa. Great to see you. Great to see you. Great to see you, Amanda. Thank you, Brian and Vanessa. I'm actually kind of curious about that. That's actually an interesting question. That's a very interesting question. I'm serious. I'm actually very, very interested in that question. Thank you, Melinda and Lena. Well, if it was a barter system, then we should be able to see products in these stores that are from North Korea. So we're going to find out. Thank you, Lena. It's actually a very interesting question. Let's keep moving. No, I don't think it's bombs. What I do think is like, I think it's a very complicated answer. I think we need to investigate a little bit more. Thank you, Glenda. I'm fascinated by this place for many reasons. Number one, just the way these places are set up. Thank you, Christy. Thank you so much. I'll tell you guys what, man, I'm not gonna stay in the city for very long, but I will tell you this, man, this city is a fascinating place. Thank you, Shelby. The vibe here is super chill, and it really reminds me of a neighborhood, you know what I'm saying, in Brooklyn somewhere. Thank you, Carisha, for extending your subscription. Missy, Shelby, Chris, thank you. Reminds me of a neighborhood in like Brooklyn somewhere, a neighborhood in Chicago somewhere. This is like not too dissimilar from Bridgeport or Pilsen at all. Thank you. Like coal, iron ore, and textiles. Wow, okay, Jason, that's a good one. Okay, I see. I didn't know that. Thank you, Miss. That makes sense. So essentially, translate what you're saying, Jason, is that they export raw materials. That's what you're saying. Thank you, Tar Heel Babe and Miss. That's very interesting. Huh. You see, like right here. See, most of these products are from South Korea. The moment I walked into his store, I kind of had this feeling that most of the products that he was selling is from South Korea. Ain't nobody using no Bior in North Korea, I can tell you that. That is not what we're after. We're looking for some products from North Korea. So let's get up out of here. All right, let me navigate. Let's go to our destination, man. Please follow the channel and share this live stream. Go on the bridge. This way, make a left, or make a right. All right, all things, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's keep it moving. Now, I do have to say something to you guys, man. Thank you, Michael and Ryan. I do have to make something clear to you guys about what I got a message last night on Discord. I read it. You know, I didn't respond to the message yet, but I did think it was a fair message. So let me explain to you guys about this message I got last night. So someone messaged me and they were like, you know, someone messaged me last night and they were like, thank you, Brave and Audrey. They were like, we love your channel. We love your shows. You know, we love, you know, what you do on TikTok. We love watching your live streams. He said, however, we saw you at the restaurant with the sea cucumbers, and she was like, you know, sea cucumbers do shrink. You don't want to give people back home in America that you are getting scammed by a restaurant. You don't want to give them the impression that vendors and restaurants do that on the regular basis here in China. I thought that was a fair point. I do want to make something clear. A lot of times when you guys are seeing me, thank you, Coach D. A lot of times you guys are seeing me at like a restaurant, at a store. You know, I like to joke around. Vendors here are for the most part very honest. Okay, vendors here are for the most part good, honest vendors. Some not so much, but most of them are good, honest vendors. And so I don't want to give y'all the impression that You know what I'm saying? That the sea cucumber was a switch and bait. It was the actual sea cucumber. It just so happened to shrink. Okay? So follow the channel and share that live stream. Let's keep it moving. Thank you. Oh, Hyo2 is here. What up, Hyo2? Thank you, Hyo2. What is up? Thank you, Hyo2. Let's keep it moving. We're in the city of Dandong. We're just walking around on this beautiful Sunday morning, going to the river, getting on a boat, and we're gonna get on the bridge. Man, Hyo2, I feel pretty good. I slept at a bathhouse last night. Got woken up at 5 a.m., but other than that, feel pretty good. Feel pretty good. Hope you guys are all doing well. It's Saturday night back home in the States. You know, a little party time. Little party time. Thank you, Miss Ma. Yeah, we in Dandong. We're gonna make a left turn here, and we're gonna go to the river. And then we've already bought a ticket, so we're gonna go on the bridge. Now, let's keep it moving. Now, I will tell you this, man. The drinking culture here in this city is pretty intense. You know, in all of Dongbei is pretty intense, but especially here. Thank you, Shelby. I think you guys know that the Korean people are heavy drinkers, as are, not everyone, but on an average, they're pretty heavy drinkers. Thank you, BB. Here in Northeast China, just about every single lunch, every single dinner for most men gotta involve some type of alcohol. And I would say for most men. So they are heavy drinkers here. And the type of drinks that they do is not beer. Usually a lot of alcohol, a lot of white alcohol, Chinese rum, some Korean soju, Korean drinks. So they do drink a lot out here in Northeast China and also in Korea. I wonder if they drink a lot in North Korea too. Follow the channel. Let's keep it moving. Thank you, all things. Drinking age here in China is 18 years old. 18 years old, not 21. And it's legal to walk down the street with an open container. Thank you, innkeeper. All right, make a left here. Let's go to the Yalu River. Today we're gonna go on that bridge. Thank you, Auburn Girly. Thank you, all things. Thank you, Melissa. Thank you, Susie. Thank you, Susie. Thank you very much. We'll be there in like 6 minutes. Thank you, Laura. Dude, I'm telling y'all, man, I'm actually heavily considering going to South Korea to stream for like a week. Thank you, Laura Puddles. Oh, I get a lot of steps every day. Yeah. I'm not a big drinker, man, but I will have it every now and then. Anyway, back to what I was saying. So, you know, when you come to this border city, you kind of realize, like, here in this border town, so many businesses, thank you, King, thank you, Live, Love, and Laugh. Good evening, everybody back home in the States. It's like when you come to this border city, you realize this place is only like 13, 14 square kilometers. It's a very small city. Thank you, Shilian and King and Shauna and King. Very small city. And most of its industries, its businesses, other than the import-export business from North Korea, is all around entertainment and travel. Meaning, that's a travel agency. This is a hotel. That's a hotel right here. This is a pool hall over here. So it's like all the businesses here, thank you, Tiger Arts, is all pretty much catered to the hospitality and entertainment industry and travel and hospitality industry. You know, this is the KTV that we saw the cops at last night as we were on our way to the border with North Korea. So what I mean by that is, like, you know, I think the biggest difference that I've come to realize with, you know, China and the United States. Thank you, Macabello and Nandita. is that by all intents and purposes, this is a very anonymous small city here in China. But it's so built up that a small city, thank you, Chris. Thank you, Chris Shores. Thank you. It's so built up that even a small Chinese city can look like somewhere from the 5 boroughs in Chicago. Does that make sense? Like, my parents probably have never heard of this city, if not for the fact that it was on the border with North Korea. I told them I was going to Dandong yesterday. Thank you, Black Widow and Daniel. My parents didn't really have a reaction, so maybe they didn't even know where this city was, other than the fact that it's on the border with North Korea, right? So that's like my biggest takeaway, because an equivalent small city, a small town like this back home in America wouldn't look like this, in my opinion. It would be, you know what I mean? It would be small homes, individual homes, manicured lawns. Thank you, Shauna, Dizzy D. What up, Derek? What up, Derek? I got your text, man. Thank you, Dizzy D and Norma. What up, Derek? You know what I mean? Derek, we're about to go see North Korea, man. North Korea right across the river from us, man. Thank you, Shelby. I'm not even joking. That's a square right there. We're about to get on a boat that's gonna take us to about as close as any American can get to North Korea. Thank you, Sarah and Shelby. So we're about to go right now. Thank you, Black Widow and Annual. Yeah, we're almost at 100,000 likes. Please follow the channel and share this live stream. Yeah, it's like, you know what I mean? It's like, in the context of China, this small town here is tiny. Like, in the context of China, this is a super, super tiny small town, and yet is giving all types, you know what I'm saying? Thank you, Lawana. Thank you, Sarah. Thank you, John, Mike, and Sarah. Now, this is a very, very small town here in China, but it feels like somewhere in the 5 boroughs in New York. Feels like Chicago. You know what I'm saying? Thank you, Sarah, Ebro. Thank you, Leela. All right, let's go ahead and get up out of here. All righty. All right. Cops right here. Let me get on the sidewalk. Get on the sidewalk. Let me be a good boy. Get on the sidewalk. Thank you, Kimberly. The weather is indeed amazing. Our visibility today should be really good. It should be really good. Thank you, A. Jimenez and Kimberly. Thank you, Hyotu and Kimberly. Thank you, guys. All the heart me's, even though they only cost a penny, they help us move up the rankings. Hey, look at Derek. Look at him. Look at Derek. Look at Derek. Look at him. Appreciate you, Derek. I appreciate you, sir. Thank you, all things. Thank you, Kirill. I appreciate you, Derek. Man, appreciate you, sir. Seriously, thank you. Thank you, Kirill and Jennifer. Thank you, Derek. Thank you, unique guy. He said your mom, that was cool. He said your mom, it's your mom's house. He said your mom, that was cool. Appreciate you, man. Oh, Auburn Girlie and Chrissy, I got you. No, but real talk though, this is the closest you as an American, everybody who's watching as an American, we cannot go to North Korea. This is as of 2017. I think you guys know the reason why. Mr. Otto Warmbier, rest in peace, is a major reason. Poor relationships between the two countries. If you remember, we don't talk about politics on the show, but we do talk about important moments in history. You guys do remember during the presidency of President Donald Trump, he met with the Chairman Kim, with the Supreme Leader of North Korea, on 2 occasions. First occasion was in Singapore. The second occasion was in Vietnam, I believe in Hanoi, not in Ho Chi Minh City, I believe in Hanoi. So he met with Chairman Kim on 2 separate occasions, and unfortunately negotiations broke down, and the relationship between the United States and North Korea has been really in a downward spiral ever since. So if you guys, I don't know if you guys remember watching the news, but there was a very famous moment of when President Trump stepped into North Korea on the DMZ line, becoming the first president in US history to ever step into North Korea. I believe no one has ever done it before. He was the very first one. Thank you, Haney. So, all right, we're gonna go. Oh wow, visibility is a lot better today. But hold on, let me make sure. Oh, visibility is a lot better today, y'all. I could actually see everything. All right, let me whip out my map to make sure that this one right here is also North Korea. I believe it is. Obviously, all that is North Korea, all those mountains over there. But this right here is the Yalu River during the day. So I was here at night. That's the boat we're about to get on very soon. The boat is over there. All right. So I went live about 30 minutes ago. Let me whip out my map real quick. Hold up 1 second, everybody. Oh, that's North Korea, all right. Yep, that's North Korea. Oh, yep. Yep, yes, sir. That's North Korea. Yep, look at all them Korean words over here. They got a stadium over here. Yep, that's North Korea. All right, so I'm gonna take my face out of it. Before I do, once again, we were here last night, okay? You guys saw the night view of the bridge lit up. I'll explain the history a little bit to the new folks a little bit later. But this is called the Yalu River. The Yalu River is a natural river that flows into the Bohai Ocean here in China. It is actually a natural border. Meaning, is the signal okay, everybody? Is the signal okay? Signal's good. Thank you, Blue Jambi. Is the signal okay? Yes? We good? Thank you, Jola. Okay. All right. The water, to be frank, is very muddy, man. The water doesn't look that clean, okay? However, this one right here is a natural border between China and North Korea. Now, North Korea wasn't North Korea before the 1950s. It used to just be called Korea. Okay, the fact that you have a North and South Korea is a relatively modern concept. It used to be just called Korea. Okay, Koryo. Now, this river is gonna flow there's a long, very, very long river. The actual border is in the middle of the river. So the border between North Korea and China is not here on land, nor is it on their land. It's here inside the middle of the Yalu River. All right, thank you, Marcy. Now, I'm not sure if this point was conveyed to the folks who really, I'm not sure if this, I want to make sure this point is made very, very clear. The triggering point of the Korean War that turned into a U.S.-China battle, it turned into a fight between the Chinese Volunteer Army and the American forces under General MacArthur, was because of the Yalu River. General MacArthur was warned repeatedly, do not approach the Yalu River towards the Chinese border. He was warned by the premier, aka similar to a vice president, Premier Zhou Enlai, warned the United Nations. That was a brand new thing. There was no United Nations before the end of World War II. The United Nations was a brand new organization. They warned the United Nations, do not approach the Chinese border. Do not approach the Chinese border under any circumstances. MacArthur ignored him. They approached. And that's when the Chinese Volunteer Army came and crossed the Yalu River. There was this phrase called crossing the Yalu River. Thank you, Ada Torres and Blue Jambi. This is that Yalu River. Now, what you saw at that time, thank you, Mia and Subi, was an engagement, the largest military engagement after World War II. We're talking about hundreds of thousands of military, all types of heavy equipment, infantry, Air Force, anything you can think of, right across the border. Now, the Chinese would eventually push, this is called the Volunteer Army, would eventually push the United Nations forces all the way down to the 38th parallel, which is the dividing line between North and South Korea today. Think about that. The fight basically started not too far from the Yalu River. The Chinese were able to push the United Nations forces all the way down towards the 38th parallel, and that's when the war became a stalemate. This is why Korea is divided today. I mentioned this, I'm gonna walk a little bit further. I mentioned this in my, thank you Sophie and Xilian. I mentioned this in my Discord channel. Theoretically, the Korean War has never ended. North and South Korea has never signed a peace treaty. They are technically still at war today. Thank you, JP. They are technically still two combat nations. They have never signed a peace treaty with each other. No peace treaty declaring an end to hostilities has ever been signed between North and South Korea. So theoretically, these are two combatant nations. Thank you, Lego. Does that make sense? Thank you, JT. Now, I'm going to take my face out of it for a second. You are looking at North Korea right now, so I'm going to zoom in a little bit. I'm actually kind of curious to see what they got over there. Look like an abandoned factory or something. I don't see a lot of people over there. See, look, on the China side, look, here's what's on the China side. China side, you have a vacation city. So this is a boardwalk, like a little river promenade with a bunch of people, vendors, this dude over here fishing. Thank you, Jacqueline. And then you have a statue that commemorates, obviously, the Korean War, which I'll talk a little bit more. So this is a very chill place. You can see people fishing, chilling. Thank you, Too Tall. This is a very vacation, chill environment. Now, across the border, I don't really see any, I would put it this way. Thank you, Hango. I don't really see any like river promenades or anything. It's just a very, thank you, Campbell. It looks just very pretty much industrial. You know, I don't see any farmers or anything. I see some chimneys, some factories. You know, that looks pretty modern right there. I don't know what that is. Thank you, Elizabeth and Gigi. So we're gonna keep that's actually pretty nice. Oh, everybody look at this. Y'all, this is nice right here. So that is actually a very nice building. So that looks like that almost reminds me of a building in Guangzhou. There's a building very similar to it in Guangzhou. We're gonna get a better view when we go down the coast. Thank you, Chris Ka. That's actually pretty cool, man. That's actually pretty cool, okay? So that's North Korea. I'm not sure what that building is for, but it looks like a hotel. I think I get it. That's gotta be a hotel. So before the pandemic, there were actually a lot of Chinese tourists who were going to visit North Korea before the pandemic. Now they can't go because the North Korean border is still sealed. All right, so that looks like a hotel of some kind. I'm gonna keep moving. Thank you, Chris. I've never been to North Korea, man. We can't go to North Korea if you're an American. The State Department will confiscate your passport, brother. You can't go to North Korea. You cannot go, man. Let's keep moving. Yeah, it's interesting. Let me get on this bridge right here. So a little bit more about the history, okay? Because this is actually going to be very, very history dense. We're in Liaoning province. We're in the city of Dandong, okay? Now, once again, I have to say, y'all, like I'm very, very amazed at just how lax the security around here is. Thank you, Norma. Like, do you see this right here? I was here last night when all the lights went off. I mean, we got people over here just fishing. I don't see any type of a barricade. I don't see anything. I just feel like you could just, thank you, Chris. I feel like you could just go, like, what's stopping you from, there's no border patrol over here. There's nothing. Thank you, Chris Ka. I don't see any cops. I don't see any border control. You know what I'm saying? Theoretically, I could just walk into this Yalu River water and the water looks pretty calm. You could just swim across. What's stopping the North Koreans from swimming over here? Thank you, King of Nashville. Looks super chill. Like dudes are fishing out here. You know what I'm saying? Thank you, King. You know what I'm saying? Like, I find that very interesting. Y'all. Look, this is the water of the Yalu River right here. This is the Yalu River. For those of you that like American history, that like Chinese history, and that love Korean history, this is a significant chapter in our nation's history, man. Thank you, Carrie and Leah. You guys know I love America. You guys know I'm a proud American, but I do have to call a spade, and I have to tell the truth. The Korean War was a catastrophic defeat for the United States of America. We had won every single major engagement prior to the Korean War. Thank you, Blue Jambi. We won World War I. We won World War II. We took on Japan, we took on Germany, and we took on Italy, and we defeated all of them. The United States was the finest fighting force in the world, bar none. But they were defeated in the Korean War because if they were not defeated, Korea wouldn't be divided today. Think about that. So I have to call a spade a spade. Thank you, Linda. The Americans, our fighting forces at the time, had vastly superior navies. We had vastly superior air forces. We had vastly superior food, equipment, everything that you can think of. But what the Chinese volunteer army, when they poured across the border into North Korea, what they had, I'm not saying the Americans didn't have it, but what they had was just sheer will, sheer courage. They had horrible equipment, very, very terrible food, very, very terrible rations, very little Air Force support using old Soviet MiG fighters. So they essentially were fighting with no Air Force. They were fighting an American army that had a military that was backed by the Navy, backed by the Air Force. They were fighting strictly on infantry with almost no tanks. It was essentially the first time that you can imagine a purely infantry force fighting a Air Force and Navy backed United Nations force. It was an incredible moment. The Korean War is something that needs to be studied very, very heavily by academics. Thank you, Chris Ka. I call it a spade. I call it a spade because you guys have to remember, man, the Korean War is oh, I can see it. You can go on that bridge. I can see a lot of people already. Oh, I see what's going on. You see that bridge cuts off over there. I didn't see it at the dark last night. And someone said the USA has never won since. You know, I'm a proud American. I'm a very, very proud American. World War II was a high point in our military history. Since then, we've had some unfortunate engagements. The Korean War was one of them. The Vietnam War is one of them. The Iraq War, depending on who you ask, is another one of them. But what we are standing here, though, is a very, very important place because there used to be actually, before the war broke out, there used to be bridges that connected North Korea and China at various points along the Yalu River. As I was pointing out yesterday, all those bridges were blown up intentionally by the Chinese because they were concerned that if the Americans kept pushing, they could use those bridges to push into China. So they blew up all the land connections that connected North Korea and Dandong City. They blew it up so that no American tanks, no American infantry forces could pour through the border and enter into China. Whether or not MacArthur planned on doing that, I don't think he planned on doing it in any way, but those bridges were blown up. The only bridge that's still standing is the one that we're about to go on. It's called the Sino-Korean Friendship Bridge. The word Korean at the time doesn't mean North Korea. It just means Korea in general. Okay? I love the history. Let's continue to walk around. We got a lot of people watching. Let me explain something a little bit further. The triggering point of the Korean War is not the Chinese, nor is it the Americans. Thank you, Tracy Joan. The triggering point of the Korean War, and people can correct me unless I'm very wrong, I believe was the grandfather of Kim Il-jung. Thank you, all things. I believe the grandfather, the elder Kim, was the triggering point for the Korean War. He wanted to unite his nation, and he ordered an assault on South Korea on Seoul. Does that make sense? So the triggering point of the Korean War wasn't by the Americans, it wasn't by the Chinese, it was because North Korean soldiers poured across the border and attacked South Korea. They were actually very successful. When North Korean forces poured across the border and attacked South Korea, the South Koreans folded like dominoes. Seoul was taken over by the North Koreans. Pretty much all of South Korea was taken over by the North Koreans. However, under the leadership of President Truman, we're going to go to that bridge. For some reason, this is locked. Yesterday, I could just walk right over, so I have to take a little turn and get on that bridge. Under the leadership of President Truman, the military leadership of General MacArthur, they said, we can't let communism spread. We have to do something about it. So what the Americans did, I'm going to show it to you guys on this map because it's a hugely fascinating piece of history. Let me show you guys this on the map. So this right here is Korea. If you look at the Korean Peninsula, look at this right here. Y'all see that? This is the Korean Peninsula. Let me come over here in the shade. Okay? This is the Korean Peninsula. All right? That's Korea, if y'all can see. Pretty much all of South Korea have been conquered by the North Korean soldiers. What MacArthur did is that he did an amphibious assault behind enemy lines using the might of the US Navy. So he essentially attacked the North Koreans in their rear, and it was a hugely successful assault. And he was so successful, a few months into it, maybe a few weeks into it, the leader of North Korea was frantically calling Chairman Mao saying, I need help immediately. He was calling Chairman Mao saying, I need help immediately, or else I'm going to be overrun, or else this is going to be the end. Does that make sense? Now, very, very important. The war was not triggered by the Americans, nor was it triggered by the Chinese. It was triggered by the North Korean forces that attacked and invaded South Korea because he wanted to unite his nation. He wanted to unite North and South Korea. Very, very important piece of history to remember. Now, actually, now that I look at this is actually pretty well secured, by the way. Now you can see some barbed wires, you can see some fences. This is actually pretty well secured. Look at this. All right, so let's go to the border. Let's get on that bridge and get as close as we can to Korea. Does that make sense, everybody who's watching? Does what I'm saying make sense? Does it make sense to everybody what I'm saying? Yeah, some people probably be like, what are you talking about? Does it make sense? Yes? Thank you, Emma. Emma fought. Yes, it makes sense? Okay. Now, as we continue to go towards North Korea, you also have to remember, why did North Korea attack South Korea? The reason is they didn't think the Americans would ever get involved. President Truman had made a statement of something like, we're not going beyond a certain point. That's our red line. So I believe the North Korean leader, Chairman Kim, took that as an insinuation that if he attacked South Korea, the Americans wouldn't do anything. They would just sit idle and let him do it. That was a miscalculation. When he attacked South Korea, Americans responded, and General MacArthur kept on pushing towards the Chinese border. He could have stopped. He didn't. He kept on pushing towards the Chinese border, even though President Truman and his advisors were very, very cautious, telling him to be careful. Do not push too far towards China. He kept on pushing towards the Chinese border, and that is when the Korean War escalated into a conflict between the Chinese forces and the American forces. In modern history, it is the only engagement between China and the United States in modern history to this day. Thank you, Chris Ka, and very unfortunate that it had to be over Korea. For people who understand history, you have to really understand that the Chinese and the United States during both world wars were fighting on the same side. Meaning, how do I get in? Hold on one second. I gotta keep going straight and make a left turn. Man, this is complicated. I like last night a lot better, man. This is complicated. This is complicated, man. I gotta make a little left turn before I can get on that bridge. Thank you, Riley. So, as you guys are watching, please continue to remember these stories, man, because this is a hugely important piece of history. Let me continue with my story here as I look for the entrance. Please remember, during World War I and World War II, the Chinese forces and the United States forces were on the same side of the war. After the World War II ended, man, hold up, man. Let me get my thoughts together. Let me get on this coast over here before I continue with my stories, because I actually want to get on that bridge. All right. Thank you, Lee. It's hot. I got my ticket. All right. All right, man. Let's get on the bridge. All right. We made it. All right. This is called the Yalu River Broken Bridge. All right, thank you, Liu. Thank you for the heart, me. All right, I'm gonna get on. See the English over here. Ah, man. Ah, you know what? I actually have to correct my history a little bit. So this bridge was actually not destroyed by the Chinese. It was actually destroyed by the Americans. So this bridge right here, I gotta correct my history a little bit. During the Korean War, this bridge that we're about to be on was actually destroyed by the American Air Force, because I think they were worried about Chinese forces using this bridge to pour into Korea. So I gotta correct my history here a little bit. Now, this is what the history here in China says. I will have to take them for their word at it. So this is I'm not gonna doubt the fact that this was bombed by the American Air Forces in 1950. That's very interesting. That's very interesting. So this bridge was built by the Japanese in 1911. The reason it was built by the Japanese because Korea used to be a Japanese colony. That's very, very interesting. So the bridge was built in 1911 that we're about to go on during the Korean War. Okay, we definitely got to go on this now. Let's go on this right now. I have my ticket. I got to go on this. This is actually cool, man. Oh. Let's go on this right now. I got my ticket. 我想问一个问题啊，我买的是这个坐船的这个票，加上这个票，这个坐船的这个票什么时候可以坐啊？
今天之内吧。
它是准时发船吗？还是足够人就发船？
对，足够人。
足够人在哪里坐船？
我不知道你买的几号码头，我看一眼。
1号码头。
在这边。
就在这边是吧？
你这边得验一下啊，这边得验一下。
哎，好。We're going in right now. 好，谢谢。All right, man, let's get on the bridge. Ooh, okay, so I need to, but let me pause for a second. Let me pause for a second. Okay, let me chill. Let me pause for a second. I'm actually kind of thinking about this. I actually got to think about this. So the ticket was $11. That includes a boat ride. Huh. That's actually very interesting. So the bridge was very, very interesting, y'all. I gotta think about this. Let's keep moving, everybody. Huh. All right. Oh, man. This one right here, also built by the Japanese. Man, I got a feeling today this is not going to be a very nice reflection on the Japanese today. So let's not talk about them too much, man. Let's keep it moving, everybody. Let's keep it moving. Now, all right, this is good. Man, first of all, we're up on the bridge now. I think you guys all don't know who this is. If you're an American, you have probably no idea who this is. This is the commander of the Chinese forces during the Korean War, a revolutionary hero from Hunan province, Marshal Pendehuai. So he was the one who led the Chinese forces into the war, into the Korean War. That's him right here. And this is a statue that commemorates the people that fought. That is Marshal Pendehuai. He's a Hunan native. I believe he's from Hunan province. And this is what the volunteer army looked like back then, man. This is all they had was a simple rifle, some grenades, very simple gear. And they went into North Korea, the frigid weathers of North Korea, with very minimum equipment, very, very basic and minimum equipment. Went 260,000 volunteer army soldiers crossed the Yalu River. 260,000. 260,000. Very few of them made it home, I'll tell you that. Tough. Let's go ahead and keep it moving, man. Let's keep it moving. Let's go into this bridge. So you can get actually pretty close to North Korea from this bridge. But before we do, let's kind of survey the terrain a little bit. You can see this one says Yalu River. By the way, you can hear all the music that they're playing here is very red music. So a lot of like What do I mean by that? A lot of heroic music, you know, very, very communist vibe, very, very strong communist vibes over here. This place, you can see a lot of senior citizen folks. You know, you see a lot here, a lot of senior citizen. I probably need to watch my English here a little bit, man. I don't want to cause no problems, man. I don't want them to think like I'm an American imperialist or some shit. Thank you, Southern Guy. Thank you, A. Jimenez. But you can see there is actually a bridge that is complete and it goes into North Korea, but it is a rail bridge. See that this one right here is made out of, it's a rail, it's basically, it's not for cars. There's no cars, it's only for rail. But you can see, totally shut off. Do you see a single rail car coming in and out? You don't, right? No rail car whatsoever. Before the pandemic, this would actually have trains coming back and forth with cargo. I would think so, but now, because the North Korean border is sealed off, there's no. Thank you, Mike. Thank you, Mike. So let's go ahead and explore. This is the Yalu River broken bridge. Once again, this was actually bombed by the American Air Force in 1950. So this is all that's left. This is why the bridge is actually going to stop in the middle of the river. This is what's left of the bridge. Now, I have to explain this a little bit further. Thank you, Francisco. Now, let me explain this a little bit further. I was under the impression that the Chinese destroyed the bridges to prevent the American forces from coming in and invading China. The opposite may be true. Y'all could keep me honest, because I'm streaming right now. I can't Google this. I can't look up any historical information about this. Y'all can. My understanding was that the Chinese destroyed all the bridges to prevent Americans from pouring over. Now I'm starting to think that it was actually the Americans who destroyed the bridges to prevent the Chinese from going over. You know what I'm saying? So I'm actually a little bit confused right now. Please follow the channel and share this live stream, everybody. Please. And I'm not sure how the cell phone signal, I'm not sure how the signal is going to be when we get on that bridge, because we're going further and further towards North Korea. So hopefully the signal is going to be good. Okay, hopefully the signal is going to be good. Y'all hear this music? Thank you, Rel. Y'all hear this music? Beautiful music. Beautiful music. Beautiful. All right. Now we're standing over the Yalu River. Once again, I was pretty much right last night. I don't think this is a very wide river, man. Less than a mile wide, I think like half a mile wide, easily swimmable by any decent swimmer. No waves whatsoever. Very, very chill and calm river. I don't understand what's keeping them from swimming over here. They must have like pretty good security guards over there, because I don't understand what's stopping them. You know what I'm saying? I don't understand what's stopping them. Like, this is like real chill. You know what I'm saying? And there's hardly any, you see, on the Chinese side, bustling, absolutely bustling. Tourists everywhere, hotels, bars, restaurants, everywhere, bustling. Tour cruises, thank you, Sunny. All right, man, we're going further and further towards North Korea, man, so hopefully the signal stays good. Thank you, Lisa Ann. Oh, I'm sure they have security too, but I find it interesting. And you know, by the way, man, this is probably the shortest border I've ever seen. Border is less than a mile walk, and this is between two nations, by the way, North Korea and China. This is a very, very small, this is a very short border. Thank you, BB. Like literally, thank you, XO Jan, literally right across, that's North Korea right there. You feel like you could touch it. Thank you, Ashley and William. Look at this. This bridge looks totally freaking abandoned. I don't see any activity on this bridge whatsoever. Thank you, BB and Burr. Looks totally abandoned. Thank you, Debbie. No traffic whatsoever. No rail, no nothing. Thank you, Burr. Yeah, not only is this a Chinese song, these are military songs. These are red songs. Chinese revolutionary songs. All right, how's the signal, everybody? Thank you, Sunny and JP. We're in the middle of the river now. How's the signal? Y'all can hear me? Y'all can see me? Y'all can see me and hear me? Thank you, Sunny and Sarah. I can't see the screen as well, so if you guys sent something, I may not be able to see it. I appreciate you. Thank you, Lee. Thank you, Sarah. Thank y'all. Thank you, Tiffany and Sunny. Yeah, these are all revolutionary songs. And obviously, this bridge has been repaired in recent times. You see it's very, very new. It looks very new, right? You look at the cement. Everything down here is super new, but the original bridge was created by the Japanese in 1911. It was built by the Japanese because Korea was a Japanese colony after the first Sino-Japanese War. Thank you, King. The correct word is a protectorate, but in reality, Korea was a colony. Okay, so let's keep moving. Follow the channel. Thank you, Raven. Yes, this is the one that lights up at night. We're super close to North Korea now. You keep walking, I mean, super, super close. Now, this is also Dandong City in its entirety right here. Thank you, King. Thank you, Beggar and King. Appreciate it. The bridge ends right there. The bridge is about to end, man. You can't walk all the way into North Korea. And I'm a little bit worried about my signal. Thank you, Tony, because I'm walking further and further into the river. How's the signal, everybody? How's the signal? Is the signal okay? Good? All right, I might have to chill out a little bit, man. I'm pretty much deep in the middle of the river. There go the end right here. Thank you, Lee. Signal's good? All right, y'all. Thank you, Ada Torres. Signal still good? All right, we're almost at the end. So that's Mr. Oh, man, North Korea is actually pretty built up, man. I didn't see this last night from the coast. This actually is pretty built up, man. Yo, I was wrong about this, man. This city is actually pretty built up. But here's the problem. Thank you, Hyo2 and K. Here's the problem. It's nice and built up, but I don't see no people. Where the people at? You know what I'm saying? Can one of my moderators please let the people know that we are on the border with North Korea? Thank you, I am cool and Pink. And Cynthia, thank you, Michael. That's not a roller coaster. That looked like a little water slide over there. Thank you, White Boy and Michael. All right, so this is gonna be the end. This is as close as we can get. And for all Americans, this is as close as we can get to North Korea, man. You are not allowed to enter North Korea with a US passport. Don't even think about it. They're gonna confiscate your passport. Thank you, David. Well, this is as close as you can get. And by the way, the Yalu River is a major shipping route. You can see a lot of transport ships here. Thank you, Me the Scientist. Thank you, Ada. Hey, y'all, make sure y'all follow the channel and share this live stream. Thank you, Ada and Me the Scientist. This is as far as you can go. So the rest of the bridge was bombed and destroyed in 1950, I believe. 1950 by the American Air Force. So thank you, Manny. Thank you, Chris. This is it. Dude, I don't see a single person across the bay. Man, everybody over here taking photos of North Korea like we at the zoo or something. Look at it. Everybody taking photos across the bay. Even the Chinese people are all taking photos. I see one dude. I see one security guard over here. Thank you, Kat. I see one security guard over here. Thank you so much, Kat. Everybody taking photos of North Korea over here. Look at them. Even the Chinese people are curious about North Korea. Thank you, A. Jimenez. All right, man. Time to do a little bit of a zoom. What y'all think? Let's zoom in a little bit. Let's zoom in a little bit, y'all. All right, let's zoom in a little bit. That's it right there. You're looking at North Korea. What y'all notice? It's nice though. They got some nice buildings. You know what I'm saying? They got some nice buildings over here. Thank you so much for the heart. Thank you. I don't see any people though. Thank you, EWC. Thank you, Ryan. Let me get a little bit closer, man. Hold on. Let me get a little bit closer. Let me get over here. So you see right here, you can't go any further. This is as far as you can go. See, I think that's a guard tower right there, though. Doesn't that look like a guard tower? Thank you, Alliance. Thank you, Laugh Till. That look like a guard tower right there. I don't see anything. See that? That's supposed to be, that's gotta be a hotel right there. That's a beautiful building. Thank you, Francisco. Man. All right, let's get on this boat soon, man. Let's get on this boat because I want to see it from the boat. Huh. Come on this side right here. Thank you, Francisco. Now, of course, I want to share even more. I feel like I see somebody. Oh, I see some. Oh no, that was a bird. Oh, I swear to God, I thought that was I swear to God, I thought that was a man riding on a motorcycle, but it was actually a bird. It was actually a big white bird. I swear to God, I thought I saw a man riding down the street in a motorcycle, but it was actually a bird. There's some birds over there. I swear to God, I thought it was a person. I'm serious. I swear to God, I thought it was a person. Zoom in on this. Zoom in on this. So I thought I saw somebody ride down the motorcycle over there, but it was a white bird crane. Thank you, Alinas. Thank you, Bread Solo. Thank you, Yama Drama. Thank you, Kirill. Let's get on that boat. So for everybody who's tuning in right now, thank you, Alexis and Kirill. If you are an American, thank you, Sarah and Levette. If you are an American, this is the closest point that you can get. Thank you, RJW and Sarah. This is the closest point any American can get towards North Korea. You are not getting to the DMZ line from South Korea, I'll tell you that. Thank you, April and Yama Drama. I'm not sure, maybe you could go on toward the DMZ line, but here, you know what's interesting about it is the DMZ line between North and South Korea is heavily militarized. Lots of weapons, lots of soldiers on both sides of the DMZ line. Thank you, All Things in Korea, because technically the two countries are still at war. Here, the Chinese border is super chill, man. I don't see any soldiers. I don't see any weapons. I don't see any patrols even. Two countries that are pretty friendly with each other, China and North Korea. So the border here is very chill. I see a bunch of tourists. The DMZ between North and South Korea is extremely, extremely tense. There's lots of military. There's nothing but military there. There's no souvenir shops. There ain't no 7-Elevens over there. There's no gift shops. It's nothing but serious military. So here, the border with China, once again, super chill. Super chill. Like, you know, I don't see any Coast Guard patrols at all. Nor do I see anybody working on the I just don't see anybody, period, on the North Korean side. I don't see any people. I don't know why that is. It's a Sunday. I don't know if they have the same Monday through Sunday as we do here in China or America, but today is Sunday. They shouldn't be at work right now. I don't know where all the people are. You know what I'm saying? I don't know where all the people are. So this is very interesting. This bridge is indeed intact. You can see now, the China-North Korea border is somewhere in this water right now. This is the natural border. This is crazy, man. Even for that is a Ferris wheel. Bruh, you guys were right. I thought y'all was speaking gibberish. That is actually a Ferris wheel. I see a Ferris wheel over there. Y'all are right about that. That is actually a Ferris wheel. Look at this. That is a Ferris wheel. Oh, wow. Thank you, all things. I didn't even see that. You saw a roller coaster. I didn't see a roller coaster. I saw a little water slide. Man. Ain't nothing much going on though, I tell you that. That's what's kind of sad about it. Is they got all the infrastructure, but there ain't nothing really going on. You know what I'm saying? It's a Sunday. Look how many people there are on the Chinese side. There's people everywhere, all the tourists on the Chinese side. You know what I'm saying? But then you look at what's on the other side. They ain't got nothing going on. Now I really want to see a North Korean person. This sounds really weird, man. It's as if I'm looking for a panda or a tiger or something. I'm actually wanting to see a North Korean human being. So let's get on the boat, see if we can run into a North Korean person. I'm super serious about this, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna see if I could wave to a North Korean person across the boat. Thank you, Crash Test and Diane. Let's get out of here. I'm telling y'all, man, I want to see a North Korean person. Thank you, Zach Mo. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna see a soldier and I'm gonna wave to them. I'm gonna say, we say hello from America. Hello from America. Thank you, Hang. This is how chill. By the way, this is how chill the Chinese border is. We got one security guard over here. My man ain't got no weapon on him. He ain't got no weapon on him. He ain't got nothing. He just chilling. He ain't got no weapon. He ain't even got a baton on him. He just chilling. You see this dude real chill, man. My man's over here playing on his phone, just chilling. Thank you, Summer. Man, he just chilling. It's beautiful though. All right, man, I gotta find a way. I gotta leave my mark here in the Yalu River. Thank you, Sunny, and all things. So I do need to take a leak and leave my mark into this great body of water called the Yalu River. You know what I'm saying? I gotta make sure they know that Daniel was here, the Monkey Kong was here. So I do gotta take a leak and let me be one with nature. Thank you, Cherish and Crash Test. Okay, so we gonna keep. Hey, I will ask him a question. 哎，哥们儿，问你个问题可以吗？他那个对面那些东西都是酒店吗？那是？差不多对。是吗？都是酒店。He said basically, yeah, hotels. 哎 ，look at him. 这咋没人呢？人都到哪儿去了？
他们不让过来，疫情啊。
哦，他们过都不让过来。Oh, I see what's going on over here. Because of COVID, this entire place is basically off limits. Even that's what the security guard is saying. He said because they're still wanting to make sure COVID doesn't enter their country, they don't even allow their citizens to go on this part of the water. I don't know how that's gonna work. It ain't like no COVID's gonna blow over there. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that's how COVID works. That's so far. This is like a football field, 2 football fields away. But apparently because of the COVID pandemic restrictions is why you don't see a lot of people over there. That's apparently the reason, because they don't want to get COVID. So, Des, thank you. So I don't, thank you, W. What's on video is North Korea. That's what's on video right here, North Korea. Yeah, 直播 North Korea right here. Huh? 谁说不让直播的？不让直播，那我撤了。Thank you, Martez. Follow the channel and share this live stream, man. We gotta go on the boat. Let's go on the boat. Thank you, Crash Test. Let's keep it moving. Man, he said you can't live stream out here. I said, okay, now I'm gonna go back. My man over here playing on his phone. Thank you, JT and Libby. Let's keep it moving, y'all. Thank you, Crash Test. Thank you, all things. Let's keep it moving. Yeah, that's what he said. We're gonna keep it moving. Thank you, Zach Mo. Yes, we're gonna try to go on that boat right there. I don't even see a lot of river boats running. We're gonna go on that boat right there on the #1 pier. I'm a little bit worried about the signal, but let's go and see if we can still stream on the boat. Thank you, Jules. Let's keep it moving. Beautiful. Thank you, Subi. Let's keep it moving. They say they don't allow live streaming, but they let people take photos and videos everywhere. That don't make no sense. Let's keep moving. Thank you, Steven. Thank you, W Blower. Thank you, Michael. Follow the channel, everybody. Hit that follow button and share this live stream. Let's keep it moving. Look. Talking about some no live streaming. Thank you, Lulu. Everybody filming. Everybody streaming. Look at this. All right, let's keep moving. Yes, the music is from the bridge. They got a lot of speaker phones that are built into this bridge right here. From this speaker right here. A lot of patriotic, revolutionary music. Thank you, A. Jimenez. Keep it moving. All right, let's try to get on this boat tour. Thank you. Thank you for the roses, bro. My man, you know what my man's profile photo, you know what my man's username says? Thank you, Cone. Did y'all see my man's username? Thank you, Sam001. Let's keep it moving, everybody. I am in Dandong City, here on the border with North Korea. Thank you, all things. Let's keep moving. Let's keep it moving, y'all. Man, I don't know. I ain't never been to North Korea, man. Y'all asking me a bunch of questions. There go North Korea right there. I ain't never been to North Korea. Thank you for the roses. What up, Mounts? Man, bro, you gotta change your profile photo, man. I can't say that. I can't thank you. You gotta change your profile name, bruh. You gotta change your profile name, man. My man's over here got a username I can't even repeat on TikTok. When he sends me a rose, I can't even repeat his username. Thank you, Dalton. Thank you, Elinas. Thank you. So once again, for all the American folks who are at home watching, if you just tuned in, this is the closest you can get to North Korea from China without going into North Korea. On this bridge right here. Thank you, Gen X and Elinas. This is it right here. The end of this bridge that we were at is the closest that you can get. Thank you, El Chavero and Richard and Rich Amada. It's the closest you can get. Let's keep moving. Thank you, All Things and Rich and Sasha. Man, it's hot as hell. Sun is burning my ass up. Please follow the channel, everybody. Hit that follow button. How many new followers we got? Oh, I like this. Hit that follow button, y'all. Thank you, Raw Dogger. Thank you, All Things. And thank you, Fun Guy. Thank you, Raw Dogger. We got a lot of funny ass usernames today. We got a man named Raw Dogger. Thank you, Shelly, and thank you, Frankie. Hit that follow button. All right, let's go ahead and get on this ferry over here and see how close it'll take us. Thank you, Ten Home. Unless I'm very wrong, I don't believe this boat right here is gonna cross the border. The border is in the middle. Unless I'm very, very wrong, I don't believe the boats are gonna go into North Korean territorial waters. So I believe they're gonna straddle the line in the middle and take you on a tour right down the middle of the river, but I don't believe they'll actually get into North Korean waters. It's not like they're gonna get very close to the coast. I could be very wrong, but I believe it's just gonna be a very, very simple tour sitting inside the boat, and you could take photos, you could take videos from the boat. We'll see if we could stream. We'll see if we can actually stream. The internet is good when we're if the internet is good in the middle of the river. But let's go over there right now, see what's up. I appreciate you guys for tuning in, man. This has been fun, man. This is we just had this spur of the moment idea that we should come to Dandong. You know what I'm saying? Experience what it's like to be so close to North Korea. Because for most people, man, like this is as close as you can get to the Hermit Kingdom in your life. You know, it's a country that really in many ways, it is cut off from the rest of the world. You know, before 2017, there were American tourists that could actually take off from China and visit North Korea in a tour group. But now it is no longer possible even for Chinese citizens to visit North Korea. You know what I'm saying? Chinese citizens can't even visit North Korea now. The entire country's borders is shut off to the rest of the world, and it's been shut off since 2020. So please follow the channel, man, and share this live stream. Yeah, I'm thinking about going to South Korea to stream from Seoul. So please follow the channel and share this live stream. Thank you, Joni. Thank you, Joni. Love you too, Elizabeth D. Get in the middle right here, man. I don't want my hat to fall into the Yalu River. Thank you, Rain. Thank you. Hit that follow button, man. Thank you, Rain and Nana. But but I do have to say, as an addendum, so I think the North Korean government just announced that starting in December, the country is going to open right back up. So in 3 months, their borders are going to open and they're going to welcome international tourists again. Like, no cap, man, no joke. It will actually be like a dream come true if I could go and visit North Korea and Iran in my lifetime. I think Iran is going to be easier to visit. I would love to visit North Korea and Iran, especially Iran, because Iran is the Persian Empire, right? There's a lot of history in Iran, and that's what I do on TikTok. I make history videos. I would love to go and visit Iran and learn about their culture and learn about their history. So like, I'm 33 years old. I turned 34 this October, next month. Hopefully sometime in my life, the relationships between our countries can get better so that I can actually go and visit as a tourist, as a citizen of the world. I would love to go visit. I'm serious, man. I would actually love to go and visit and learn about their history and learn about their culture, man. Seriously. And I think another thing is, like, because you can't have something, it makes you want it even more. Does that make sense? It's like, I'm not really sure what's in North Korea, but the fact that you can't go makes you want to go even more. Does that make sense? You know what I'm saying? It's like, I don't know how their food is. I don't know how their cultural and travel scene is. The fact that I can't go actually makes me want to go even more. You know what I mean? So that's what's crazy about it. So let's keep moving, everybody. Please follow the channel and share this live stream, y'all. Thank you. I am a daredevil, man. I want to visit it a little bit more. Now, this is another piece of history I don't understand. This is, for real though, this is another piece of history I do not understand. Maybe the Chinese people can explain to me, why did the Japanese build this thing right here? I don't understand that part of history. The Japanese did not invade Manchuria until 1931. So how come the Japanese were already here and they built this thing on Chinese territory as early as 1928? That doesn't make any sense to me. So maybe the Chinese people who are watching can explain this history. Most history I do know. This piece of history I cannot explain to you guys, because the invasion of Japan into Manchuria will not occur until late summer 1931. Why did the Japanese build this thing in 1928? The years don't make sense to me. So maybe the Chinese viewers have an answer. Like you see, it says it right here. 1928 summer is actually a cannon. It's a building for machine gun turrets and cannons. Okay, and there's actually a basement level underneath here. All right, so I don't understand how they were able to do this in 1928 when the invasion happened in 1931. Right? Does any Chinese people have an answer to this? I don't understand why that is. So let's keep it moving, y'all. Let's keep it moving. Follow the channel and share this live stream, man. Thank you, Nem. Let's keep it moving. Let's keep it moving. Oh, he says because of Puyi. Oh, that could be why. I'm not really sure what the reason is, but I need to get on that boat now. So we're gonna go ahead and take an exit, and I'm gonna get on that boat. Yes, yes, yes. We're gonna get on that boat, see if we can get a little bit closer to North Korea. Let's keep it moving, y'all. Follow the channel, everybody. Hit that follow button. Hit that follow button so you can. Oh, you see this right here, man. So the very same spot that we were standing on right now is actually a commemorative spot. So you can see this gentleman right here is clearly a Korean War veteran. He's on the bridge. This gentleman right here, definitely a Korean War veteran, a survivor of the Korean War. This is really cool, man. So you can see these ladies over here are wearing traditional Korean dresses. I think this is definitely got to be before COVID-19. I'm not really sure what's going on over here, but these folks here look Korean. That's definitely a Korean dress over here. So these folks look Korean. So I don't really know what's going on over here, man. Follow the channel and share this live stream. And you can see a lot of kids also come over here. You see that a lot of kids over here, they come over here to learn about history, pay respects to the veterans. Very cool, very cool. Let's go ahead and get up out of here. So this is what the bridge looks like underneath. Word of the day, I gotta think about it. I gotta think about it. Maybe the word of the day should be Korea. 韩国. Maybe that should be the word of the day, Korea. All right, we're still on a mission to find products from Korea, by the way. So let's keep it moving, y'all. Let's keep it moving. I'm serious, man. I'm still on a mission to find products from Korea, from North Korea. This ain't from no North Korea, man. This is definitely from South Korea. This ain't from no North Korea. We gotta find some products from North Korea. Let me ask them if they got anything from North Korea. 哎，你好，我想问一个问题啊，你们这儿有没有任何北朝鲜的一些产品我可以买？没有，没有。整个这个街上面有没有能卖朝鲜的东西啊？有吗？不知道。那你们这儿卖的都是什么？从韩国来的东西吗？我在直播没有对着你，我在问你一个问题，可以吗？这些东西产品都是从韩国来的吗？
我这儿没有。
那你们这些东西都从哪里来的？像不就是
中国的。
到中国产的产品，然后上面印的韩国字啊？
这个它是朝鲜工人，朝鲜族
哦。
配方，其实实际是
在国内做的。哦，我如果说想买点那种正宗的那种朝鲜的东西，到哪里去买？
不知道，我也没研究过。
就那些对面的那些说是那些什么朝鲜店，它里面卖的都是那种。
那你可以去问一下。
我去问一下，好，我去问一下。好，谢谢。Let's keep it moving. All right, man. I just asked them where I could. So apparently, So apparently, I asked them. That's interesting. Very, very interesting. 这有个长城啊！
啊，临长城最东端
是吧？不是山海关啊？
不是，最新考证的。
是吗？
专家来的。
离这儿多远？10几公里。10几公里就到了。
10多分钟就到了。
叫啥名字那玩意？
湖山长城。
湖山长城，那是最东部的吧？你是专门拉人过去的吗？
对。
拉过去多少钱
？40块钱。
多少？40块钱。那边有手机信号吗？有手机信号，能爬上去吗？
就大表架，能爬上去。
能爬上去。对。哦。
现在过去吧。
我得先坐个船，坐
船上。哎呀，你坐船这个干嘛？
我已经买了套票了。笨。
在哪买的？
哎，我朋友帮我买的，我已经买套票了，我得去看一看，我得先去看一看。不好意思，我先去看一看。Alright, man. Let's keep it moving. So apparently, I just learned something new. Apparently, there's a section of the Great Wall near here. I can't believe this. Thank you, Teresa. I don't even believe this. How is there a section of the Great Wall here in the city of Dandong? Thank you, Karen Lee. All the Chinese people who are watching, there's a section of the Great Wall here in the city of Dandong? I thought the Great Wall ended at Shanghai Guan, where we saw 4 days ago. Thank you, Hilpco Baits and Fun Times. There's a section of the Great Wall here in Dandong. Thank you, Liang Zai. Thank you, Fun Times.